This video was sponsored by Airalo.
Hi, we're Growing Up Food Borders.
And today we'd like to welcome you to
Kyoto, Japan.
Today we're going to take you on a full tour around the tranquil side of Kyoto. From peaceful temples to bamboo forest and onwards to where geishas learn the profession and so much more. Join us today to discover the traditional side of Kyoto, Japan. On the grand tour of Kyoto, Julia will explain how we got there.
So that was quite a journey getting here. We took like 2 metro stops and then we walked about 13 minutes with all our heavy backpacks. When we made it to the bus stop, we got about maybe like 30 to an hour minutes to spare. It is 7:30. We got some donuts for breakfast. They're really good actually.
On the bus. And check this out, they've got lots of vending machines. But look at how many different options there are. So many kinds of coffee and hot chocolate and teas. Oh, look at this, they even have their own Pringles here. Must be like their curry. I'm in their toilet, I want to show you. Their paper is always the same, really like toilet paper. But this one has all these different languages. So you can choose like, okay, I want English. And then it tells you all the different options. But look how many languages there are in a bathroom. There's even a whole chart to tell you like which stations you can go if you have a kid and how many ones are vacant or not.
So far, I don't know if it's because I'm video editing, so the time's going by really fast. We boarded the bus and left at 8 a.m. and we keep stopping. So we keep stopping and stopping, and it's really well indicated. Every time we stop, they put a sign right as you're kind of leaving the bus, so it tells you what time you need to be back on the bus, so no confusion there. It's right now almost, it's 10 to 11, so we're gonna be in Kyoto real soon. Their stations here are unbelievable. They're massive, and there's like fresh produce and seafood and convenience stores and clothing stores. It's just unbelievable.
Again, we're at stop number 4, and each stop we get like a different thing. So this one we're like, oh, let's get some melon bread, which is typical bread you can find here, and it's like sweet one. We call it like cloud bread because it's like poofy. It's really good.
Look at what I'm seeing. This bus is like a socialization bus. At the back, you've got the chairs looking at each other, and they can socialize and do whatever they want to do. Just got off the bus, and here is a Mimaru hotel, like literally when you walk off. But this is not the one we're staying at. They have several locations here in Kyoto, so we're gonna make our way only, I think, a couple stops on the metro to the other location. Here we are almost arriving to Mimaru Apartment Hotel after a long day's journey all the way from Tokyo. We finally made it to Kyoto. Guys.
Thank you. Is there any questions?
No, I think we're good to go.
Okay. Have a
And here's your passports.
Thank you. All right, well, let's go see. Ooh, look at this. Wow, oh my goodness, look what they have.
This is the traditional
No
city.
way. Where's the lights? That's so cool. I think the light's over in the corner.
Look at the kitchen, guys.
That's so cool. Wow. It feels like a traditional Japanese home or something. Isn't that cool?
We have a coffee machine.
They do? Oh, no way. Bonus. Yeah. And we brought our milk frother, so we're good to go.
I'm pretty sure us girls are going to be sleeping on the floor traditionally. On futons they call it.
Oh, yeah.
Because in here there's...
And this is where we sit. Like, it's like so different.
Yeah, so Kyoto is very traditional, so we're gonna see so many cool things starting tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll tell you all about it soon.
Yeah, look, big bed here. So this is big for Japanese, like,
Yeah, and
style.
so what we like, so we were staying at a Mimaru up in Tokyo, and they've got hotels all around Japan, but when you stay at a hotel, you know, when you're used to everything, like the plugs here, these are so convenient, because right here, you can have everything there, your beds, lighting, USBs, everything.
Nice. And then the bathroom, like this. Show us the bathroom. And it has a bathtub. That's so nice. Oh, look, even the shower head's really nice here. Wow, we're definitely gonna take advantage of that bath. So I was just thinking, like, wouldn't it be fun? We get like camp set up in here and we like watch a good movie. I turned on the TV, and did you know that their national sport here in Japan is sumo wrestling? And that's what's on TV.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
The national sport.
Yeah. I don't get it. Like, they have to like put on so much weight, and
They say it's to protect the muscles.
yeah, they say it's to protect their muscles. And they eat how many calories per day?
I think up to 7,000 to 10,000 calories per day.
Yeah.
Per day. And look at them.
Whoa, look at this.
Our beds right now. So what it's like, you each get a blanket and a kind of like warmer blanket.
Good night. Got myself a really nice setup this morning with my coffee maker and my milk frother to make myself a yummy cappuccino. Tiny little forks.
Good afternoon from Kyoto. There is blue skies, which is nice. We're gonna go do a free walking tour so we know a bit about the history of this area, and then we can tell you guys some fun facts.
So far we're walking down all these small little streets, which are nice and quaint. Lots of people everywhere. Here we go. We are approaching the Nishiki Market, hoping to find some food before we go on our walking tour. I don't know what this is. Beans, I guess, and something else.
Fish. Okay, we came from Tokyo. There's less people in Tokyo than there are here. If that even makes sense. I don't.
This is a busy market, that's why. And lots of tourists, right?
Yeah. Maybe it's more condensed, this city, so it's just more condensed people. Whereas Tokyo's spread out. This market is very narrow, so that's why it feels very congested. And this city only has 1.5 million, so all the tourists you see more. Whereas Tokyo, they're more spread out. For lunch, I'm pretty sure we're gonna be doing this. Curry curry. They look pretty good with their curry inside. Yum. So this one actually has green tea and chicken, and it's actually pretty good. Ice cream o'clock. We just went and got some soft serve before we joined our tour. Really good. It is mid-May. Really nice weather today. Blue skies, so we can wear shorts. It's like a true spring summer day.
Here we go. We're going down Ponto-Cho Dori Street. This is like an old traditional street here. This is actually one of the oldest cities here in Japan, which is kind of cool. In some of the entryways, you've got all these really cute little quaint restaurants that are right along the riverbed.
This street is really big. It goes about 500 meters. Lots of different options for food as well.
This guy here is making ramen noodles. We're not going to eat here, but because we're in a bit of a rush. But this is cool. You can select your meat options, and then you cook them on your own grill. So cool.
We are starting our walking tour. We've got a full group. Let's go.
And our guide is from Sweden.
Kyoto State, they put out these for us because they know that we foreigners are not used to the no trash can thing.
Yeah, rare. This is one of the higher end residential areas of Kyoto. We are right now walking through one of the Geisha districts, one of 5 here in Kyoto.
And this district of Gion is where it all started, where tea ceremony started, where the geishas started from. Geishas are like their versions of celebrities. There can be singers to people who play instruments, or essentially just entertainers.
To become a geisha, it takes between like 4 or 5 years of apprenticing. They don't make money while they're doing their apprenticeship, and then when they're about the age of 20, then they can start making their own money.
So you can see them at public spaces. For example, you can go watch them at a show like this, or if you know the context, you can hire them privately. So it's like hiring your own celebrity if you want.
When you're becoming a geisha, a gekko, they do their hair, they only do it maybe once, sometimes only twice in a 2-week period, or once in a 2-week period. So, and it's very, very, very meticulous. And so when they do their hair like that, they can't mess it up. So they sleep on this kind of funny like pillow, and they can't move. And it's just like such a rigid way, but then they're trained and they're so good in what they do, in dancing and singing and arts and entertainment, that they can earn, if you can imagine, up to $8,000 in a day.
We are right now visiting the first Zen temple here in Japan, and the story goes that there was this guy, something Zen, and he went to China and came back, and he not only brought the Zen here, but he also brought tea for the very first time. And this right here is what you make green tea, or what you could say matcha tea. And matcha tea actually has as much caffeine as a cup of coffee, or even more, but they have this ingredient in it that makes it kind of calming, so it balances it out. Kind of has this like bitter taste, and you can find it in sweets, ice cream, anything here.
One interesting fact that he said, and this is crazy because I never knew this, the profession of a geisha started with men. So just like the show entertainment was women who started it and then switched over to men, this is like the opposite. So men started it, and now women are the ones who are gekkos, geishas.
So this is one of their temples for Shintoism, and actually what you do here is like you take this little monkey, you write a wish on it, and you're going to get rid of one of your bad habits to get a good habit. And the monkey is supposed to kind of like watch over and make sure that you don't do your bad habit because you got your good wish. And that's where the see no evil, hear no evil, and speak no evil comes from, the emojis and things.
Quick break to say special thanks to today's sponsor, Airalo. Have you ever been to a new country and the first thing you need to do is get online? So we just landed, and what we normally do is we go look for the local SIM cards, right? Well, this one, they were gonna charge like, I don't know, 70 or 60 US dollars. So expensive, and that's why we started using Airalo to have instant connectivity as soon as we landed in a new country. Being trusted by more than 10 million travelers worldwide, Airalo is the very first world's eSIM store that solves the pain of high roaming bills by giving you access to eSIMs. It's super easy to use. You download the Airalo app and choose which country or region you need to cover yourself in, and then how much data you need as well. Then you install the eSIM before you leave so that as soon as you land, it's activated. They have connectivity in over 200 countries and regions, so they've got you covered no matter where you go. So if you're going to be traveling like us, make sure to pause the video, click this QR code, or use our link below and get the Airalo app. Also, don't forget to use our coupon code, which is Borders3, to get $3 off your first eSIM purchase. And now that we're fully connected, let's get back to the video.
Behind me, that structure there is a temple built in 592 with no nails. So they call it like a wooden jigsaw puzzle because it's still standing. They have actually rebuilt some of it, but it was built because of a prince who had a vision or a dream of it.
Really?
Yeah, and there's part of Buddha in it. The real Buddha himself, some of his bones are there.
His bones are
Yeah, because it's like a Buddhist temple.
Okay, the rumor goes if you fall down these stairs in the next 2 years, you might die, or you will die. So do not trip.
Interesting fact about anime is it actually takes up around 60% of the entire world animation, which leaves Disney and Pixar to like the bottom 40% of animation, which is crazy.
So Kyoto has like a nickname like city of tens of thousands of temples because, well, in reality they only have a couple thousand, but they've got so many, and like they're all unique. Some have like beautiful bridges, some are small, some are really big, some have an aqueduct actually that produces a lot of the water for Kyoto, and all these different things. So it depends on what you like. Some have the beautiful gateways and all sorts, and they all usually have some sort of water source like a pond or a river or something like that.
So this area is called the Yasaka Jinja Shrine, and there is multiple little shrines found in this whole entire area. So it is very popular. Okay, so this shrine here is for beauty. You put the water on you if you want to be more beautiful.
This is the Temple of Love. Careful, girls. Angelique just filled me in on so many crazy details about ninjas, from like where the origin of the name comes from, and that it was an unconventional, almost like a military force, if you will. Like if you think of Navy SEAL, that's kind of like what their role was, for assassination, infiltration, and like all these crazy things. And get this, there's only like maybe 2 people that still know how to do it, because it was passed down from generation to generation. That was the only way to be a ninja. And the one man, he's like in his 60s, and he just refuses to train anybody because no one's really taking it seriously. So it's kind of like an art or a career, if you will, that is going to go obsolete. Yeah, and so I'm just trying to figure out how to do this. So you got your size, so just a large.
Get mixed vegetables ramen, and you can choose all these different options of what you want
can
inside.
add these to it.
Yeah. We also got a minced pork egg roll and a Geisha dumplings.
Julia's eating in Japan chopsticks like an Italian person.
Really good,
It's like the little tiny alleyways.
Let's go.
Go. Run, do it.
Run.
Where are we?
I don't know.
We're in Kyoto.
To the right.
To the right. This is such a cool city. I mean, during the day it's cool, but at night it's really cool when you walk down all these different streets and alleyways, and they're all lit up, and it's just really a really neat atmosphere.
Yeah. I love Kyoto.
Kyoto or Tokyo, girls?
Kyoto.
Both.
Both. Oh, Angelique likes both.
Oh, they're so tiny.
Look at this cute little guy. This area here during the day is fully open with lots of shops and boutiques and lots of restaurants, and it's called Teramachi Shopping Street. There's a few of these streets actually side by side. A nice night's sleep and a cup of tea.
Yeah, I don't know if we said this, but last night I slept really good on those futon beds actually. They were quite comfy.
This is cool. So here at the hotel you stock up on your little things. So you get toiletries, but see that? It comes with skincare face wash.
Ohio from Kyoto, Japan. That means good morning. Today we're doing the Grand Tour.
A lot of times when you go to restaurants like the one we ate at last night, you can only pay in cash. There's just no other way. So you have to go to the ATMs. Same with recharging your Metro card. So this is $100. Looks like that. 100 is $10,000. The machines, they don't have a huge fee. It's only 110 fee.
We are right now walking to the Imperial Palace.
It's like, this is probably one of the most special days to be here, and our timing couldn't have been better because we are going to go check out what's called the Aoi Matsuri Festival. I'm saying it incorrectly, but anyhow, it is something that happens only once a year.
And it hasn't happened in the last 4 years because of COVID, so this is huge that we're here at this time.
They have police on horses like in Canada. Really like a parade. It's showing off a lot of the traditional clothing and the shoes and everything, and they all have like bow and arrow.
Silent parade.
It's a silent parade. There's no sound. Whatever that guy was carrying, it looks really heavy. So where they're coming out of is the Imperial Palace, and obviously that's where the emperor and his family lived. And Kyoto was the capital of Japan for 1,000 years.
We see geishas coming, the entertainer ladies, they're coming. We're gonna see them in person for the first time.
like a really interesting parade. My highlights were definitely seeing geishas up close. I don't know if we would ever be able to see a geisha up that close if not. And
now we are walking to the castle, which we'll tell you about in just a minute. But so far we're doing like walking because everything's pretty central.
I heard that the best way to get around here is by bike. You see bikes everywhere,
that's
and it makes it pretty convenient. The streets are super narrow, as you see behind us, and so it's very much lots of traffic everywhere you go.
So I think Japan's a country that loves weather warnings because every time it's raining, it's like severe weather alert, thunderstorm may happen. And today it's kind of hot, like 20s, almost 30s, and the weather warning is severe weather alert, dry air advisory is in effect.
Oftentimes when you walk into a store, they have like these little drapes that are coming down, and I'm just curious what the significance of it is. I know like where we're staying makes you kind of bow into the entrance. They do like to bow here though. I saw a bow off where two people were like at a metro and they were saying goodbye to each other, and the one bowed and the other one bowed and the other one bowed, and it just went on and on and on. It was so funny. That's so nice. Right along the river, they have a whole walkway to enjoy right in the middle of the city. The next destination is a UNESCO heritage site.
You know it's a must-see destination when there's all these tour buses.
So tickets to come in are $1,300 and students are $400. So it's a little bit sad because we won't be able to see the actual palace. It's under repair, but we can still get in and see the gardens. So it is what it is. We'll see hopefully in film. But the main point of this is seeing the architecture because it's one of the only standing buildings from a certain era. Lots of students coming through.
This behind me is the Nijojo Castle, built in 1603 as the residence of Tokugawa. He used to come through here, and this was his place.
From the outside, you don't see as how big it is inside, but they say it can take up to 2 hours to see the whole thing. And there's a map of
It's really well kind of pointed out which way to go.
What's really unique is that the architect dates back to the Fujiwara era.
Guys, those are all carvings that symbolize fortune and good luck. This is really unique. I don't think I've ever seen architecture like this in any other place. Have you, Angelique?
No, I haven't.
So this castle is a World UNESCO Heritage Site, and based on the map, it looks like there's two different palaces. We just went inside the one that's called Mimaru Apart Palace. You couldn't take photos, but it was really big. Like you go in this whole huge circle, and it looks like this. You see different rooms. It was pretty nice. It was really cool to see all the different paintings inside.
This is shocking because this whole area is all for shoes. You know what that means? It gets that busy. And Tyler just said there's other places like Somalia that are just begging for tourists. We'll show you that one soon.
Yeah. If you want to go to Somalia
Or Eritrea.
I heard it's very
listen.
safe.
No. Just beware of like the coyote people.
Huh? You can see the palace in a distance.
So this is the main palace behind us, but it is currently under construction, so that's why it's kind of barricaded off.
Definitely want to give yourself 2 hours to go to that palace tour. Or the castle tour. It actually does take you that long. We just stopped quickly at a little family mart and we had the funniest lunch. So we had sausage, egg salad, sandwich. Dessert, we're having like chocolate croissants, and Angelique's having a custard. Let me show you one of the coolest Starbucks we've ever seen looks like inside. So it's definitely a nice Starbucks to check out. It's super busy, so if you're gonna come for the experience of like seeing it, but you either have to reserve a table, like, you know, just wait around until a table becomes free. Like we were lucky we got this, but the girls queued up in line.
So this is the menu we've got. Like everywhere else, Starbucks is pretty much the same.
Here's one thing that's unique. You order down there, and then you come over here, and that's where they make it. So there's two different stations.
such a pretty building. The buses work here is you can't go on the end, you have to go on this way and you get off at the front. And you always tap on your way out. This is super touristic-y. There's so many cute little shops, nice shops, restaurants, all fun things to buy, souvenirs, and I'm hoping we find some good food later when we come back down because we're going for a little hike up the mountain.
Okay, well, you guys see what we do for you guys? Just so you guys can see what it looks like. You guys are watching, you don't have to walk to watch our videos, and yet we have to walk for like 2 weeks straight and not sleep enough and not eat enough, but that's normal.
She likes fit for the army.
I might join it.
They have Kobe beefsteak here. Look at this. Ooh, we're in luck. Look at this. Strawberries.
Our next stop is to the famous Fushimi Inari Shrine.
So we are right here at the moment, and we have to go up that way, to the famous Torii gates. Sorry, and then you can even go all the way up to the temple.
Inari is the Shinto god of rice, and his messengers are foxes. So when you come to this shrine, you'll see many foxes. There's about 1,000 Torii gates. Here we go.
Really?
This is something iconic, and I've been waiting to see.
It's actually really, really cool.
Someone watches Finn Whitaker too much.
So just so you know, when you walk up, you get off that one tram that we took, like the train, and it's literally like feet away, and then you're already in this beautiful area like this. And then you can walk up. It takes a good, I don't know, maybe hour if you go all the way to the top. So it's not too long.
Give yourselves lots of time too, especially if you love taking photos. This is how we make our beds in the morning. Ready? Good morning. We are gonna go quickly see the bamboo forts and another temple, and then we're gonna head to Osaka, another city here in Japan. But before we leave the hotel, I'm gonna try, this is something you'll find here in Japan. It's like these fish rings. This one has coffee cream and stuff in it.
Coffee?
Yeah, and cream of that. It's like a chewy consistency. It's nice and cold. Very sweet. And you can buy like with some with curry, beans, all sorts really. Teiyaki. That's the name of these things. We're gonna go see something super iconic. You'll see in about a second. It's so busy. We were just saying, it feels like I'm kind of at a theme park, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Those bathrooms were so peaceful. They were like playing calming music. I was like, it makes you transported. Then you can walk out and you're like, whoa. So we get, yeah, they even serve fried octopus. Imagine that. Wow.
Thank you.
So here we have some pork dumplings that are not deep fried, they're just steamed. So this looks really good. Oh yeah. They're so good.
Is it so good? And this is the fried one. Now that our bellies are full, it's time to go hit the road and all the crowds. We're just going through the Tenru-Ji Zen Temple, and the reason why is it's a shortcut and you kind of avoid all the crowds, hopefully, to get to the bamboo garden. It's quite beautiful. We're gonna walk through their gardens.
And we've got beautiful blue skies. I think it's gonna go up to like 30 or 28 degrees today.
So there's two routes here. So you take either the blue line on the map. Tickets to come in are 500 each, and children below 15, I think it was like 300, something like that. So not too bad, and that's just to see the gardens.
If you're curious as to how far it is from, like, let's say downtown Kyoto, we took a bus. It's only like maybe like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, so it's not too far. And then you're out here in the nature surrounded by the mountains. Here's some fun facts about bamboo. Ready?
I was reading that in the bamboo forest they apparently have monkeys, gorillas, bats, and pandas.
Bamboo is the fastest growing plant ever, and it can shoot up to 1 meter in 24 hours.
Did you know that over 1 billion people live in bamboo houses? Bamboo is actually used in medicine and other things such as healing wounds faster.
Bamboo is very tasty. I especially love it in my Thai food.
And it's very rich in fiber. Bamboo is actually sometimes used in construction because it is stronger than steel. Bamboo is the only plant that survived the Hiroshima atomic bomb.
We just walked all the way through the gardens and missed the pond, so we came all the way back so you guys can see what it looks like. And then at the end, I'll tell you if it was all worth it.
The layout of this little pond and the way it goes around like that is similar to the palace.
We are now exiting the gardens from the temple, and I'm not sure if it's worth it to pay money because you end up coming out a different path where the bamboo gardens are, but maybe you skip a long walkway to get to this point. I'm not sure. I'll have to map it out and see. So if it's the case, then yes, it makes sense and you save yourself a bit of time. Here we go into the gardens.
Today we are visiting the famous bamboo forest. So this area is called the Arashiyama Bamboo Grove.
So only a literally short 2-minute walk away from the bamboo forest, you have this magnificent view. So now to answer the question you've all been waiting for, was entering through the temple gardens worth it? And the answer is no, because, well, the gardens are okay. I mean, it's pretty and all, but you saw there's nothing really special, and to walk up through here, it doesn't really save you that much time. So you can just come to here, walk in, and easy peasy. You don't have to pay the money through the gardens like we did. We just read that online, and so sometimes you do what you read online, and yeah, there's your answer. And plus, when you go through the gardens, you miss these beautiful shoes and fans. We are right now visiting Kinkaku-Ji Temple. Is that how I say it? Julia knows. Kinkaku-Ji
Temple, yeah, it's also known as the Golden Pavilion because the top 2 floors are covered in golden leaf.
Wow,
Yeah.
let's go check it out. These are cool tickets, aren't they? Beautiful.
I quite like this temple because it's surrounded by nature and there's a really nice pond in front of it, and the building's quite nice to see too. We've been taking the local buses all day today. They've been really nice. We are in our first grocery store here in Japan. It is really big, has lots of different options and things. There's even a coffee shop, a bakery, all sorts. We're here to get some water and ice cream. What's nice is there's a coffee shop right there, so there's a sitting area, and it's kind of like right outside of the grocery store, so we can sit here and enjoy. And we've been really like having these apartment hotels, but we've been mainly eating out. But we could come to a grocery store and buy all the ingredients to make stuff, but we haven't really done that. We haven't known where the grocery store is.
And here in Japan, nobody really eats on the street, so they have all these sitting areas like that, right? Which is really nice.
Here in Japan, you'll know it's safe because people leave literally the iPads and phones while they go into the store or to the bathrooms. Kyoto, for me personally, has been my favorite city here in Japan, but we are right now heading to the train to head to our next and last city we're going to see here in Japan on this visit, to Osaka. It's only like an hour away via train, so it's really close.
Guys, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in Osaka.